Confessions of an Indian General, a provocative, misleading narrative that must be condemned. How India lost the war? Confessions of an Indian General, a provocative, misleading narrative that must be condemned. A recent sensationalist article posing the question, how India lost the war? Confessions of an Indian General, has sparked outrage across the nation and beyond. This piece, built on a fictional premise and presenting a fabricated narrative as truth, is not only a gross distortion of history but also a dangerous attempt to undermine India's military integrity and national pride. Let us be unequivocal, India has never lost a war. Since independence in 1947, the Indian Armed Forces have fought with unmatched valor in multiple conflicts, from the Indo-Pak Wars of 1947, 1965, and 1971, to the Kargil conflict in 1999, each time demonstrating extraordinary courage, strategic acumen, and an unyielding commitment to national sovereignty. The suggestion that an Indian general would publicly confess to a lost war is not only absurd but deeply offensive to the memory of thousands of Indian soldiers who have laid down their lives defending the nation's borders. It is a slap in the face to every officer and Jawan who continues to serve under the most difficult conditions, from the icy heights of Siachen to the volatile line of control. The article, which appears to be based on no credible source or verified interview, is a deliberate fabrication. It attempts to pass off conjecture as confession, rumor as revelation. Worse still, it masquerades as investigative journalism while peddling falsehoods that could sow confusion among the public and embolden those who wish to see India weaken from within. India's military record speaks for itself. In 1971, India decisively defeated Pakistan, leading to the liberation of Bangladesh and the surrender of over 90,000 Pakistani troops, a historic victory that reshaped the geopolitical landscape of South Asia. In 1999, India reclaimed strategic positions in Kargil after a fierce campaign against Pakistani-sponsored infiltration, a war that showcased India's ability to wage high-altitude combat with precision and determination. Along the line of control and in counterinsurgency operations, Indian forces have consistently foiled cross-border terrorism and maintained the country's territorial integrity. To suggest that India has lost any of these battles is not just incorrect, it is insulting to the armed forces and dangerously misleading to the public. What is even more troubling is the broader agenda that such narratives serve. In an era of hybrid warfare and information warfare, fake news and doctored stories are increasingly being used as tools to destabilize nations. By spreading falsehoods about India's military performance, these narratives aim to erode public trust, demoralize the armed forces, and create internal fissures. We must not allow this to happen. India's generals do not confess to losing wars, they prepare, they protect, and they prevail. The real confessions of Indian generals would speak of sacrifice, strategy, and service, not defeatism. Let this fabricated article be exposed for what it is, a piece of propaganda, designed to provoke and deceive. Those responsible for publishing it must be held accountable. And those who consume such content must be reminded of the importance of media literacy, critical thinking, and national unity. India has never bowed, never broken, and never lost a war. And until her soldiers stand tall, she never will.